just being a little more comfortable. I thought we finished this season with them strong. I got to know a lot of guys, how they operate, what they look for here. So spending full summer with them, having a coach's visit, I'm ready. I feel like this could be a great year. Like you said, hopefully I can stay healthy all year long, which is the plan. But to have a full plan with them in the offseason going into the season makes me a little more comfortable.
You mentioned getting to know the guys. I know you went to Vegas for a little bit for Summer League to see everyone. What were your first impressions of the newcomers to the team, namely the draft picks, Trey Johnson, and also Cam Whitmore, if you got a chance to meet him?
First off, they're great guys. They're extremely talented, willing to work. And I've seen them work in Summer League, saw how they, expected a lot of themselves in the games and, working out with them before training camp and whatnot, just seeing, the fire that they have. So I'm excited to see, what they do this season, knowing that's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but I think they're ready, they're prepared for it, and they've been waiting for this, their whole life.
Good morning, Khris.
Good morning.
We talked the other day. Obviously, youth and development has been a recurring theme, but you have been in this league so many years and all the accomplishments you've had. How do you find that balance between you still doing yours and accomplishing things that you need, as well as helping develop the young guys that are trying to come up and accomplish where you've been?
I think it's easy. I think it's just coming in and working on your game, doing the things the right way every single day, no matter who you are, no matter if you're a 14, 20-year vet or a rookie. I think that's just the way we all have to go about it in order, to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. I truly believe in playing the right way. I'm not, really big on numbers, even though sometimes it portrays that way. Thankfully, I've had great averages. But I'm a big believer you train the right way, you play the right way, good things will happen, and you will win eventually. So hopefully we can get to that point.
Just for a little bit of specificity, you mentioned you saw the work ethic and the things that kind of let you know things were in an environment that you wanted to be in. Is there any specific thing that you saw that kind of let it land for you that, yes, this is a good environment for me to be a part of?
Just their daily habits and what they preach. I've been a part of an organization that, preached those same things, and we eventually got to the top after winning 14 games my first year there. So I've seen the process. I see how long it can take. I see how quick it can take sometimes. But one thing that, never changes is, your daily habits.
Morning, Khris.
Good morning. Good morning.
When you mentioned the younger guys a second ago, what have you noticed specifically from Bub, Key, and Alex in the short time you were with them last year to now ahead of training camp, that steps they've taken, and what has kind of surprised you of the work they've done in the off season, if anything?
Yeah, I think one is their bodies. I think they realize how strong they need to be, or stronger they need to get, just in order for their games to flourish. Then also their leadership. You could tell when they're rookies last year a little timid to speak up at times, voice their opinions. I think this summer, so far, heading into training camp, they've been doing a great job of, putting themselves out there, holding guys accountable, and that's huge for a young team, for the young players to step up and hold each and everybody accountable.
Now, having this off season and obviously getting set for training camp, your leadership is one thing, but how do you want to try to also acclimate a guy who can be a vet and a leader in CJ to kind of guide this team in the right direction, picking up on the building blocks that you've spoken about with moving in the right direction here?
Yeah, he's another guy that's had, a great career. That landed here as one of the other guys with me, but he's a guy that, goes about doing things the right way also. So guys can watch him and see, how hard he's working out, the attention to detail he pays attention to in his game, but then also, what he does off the court, how he holds himself, how he's building his businesses and stuff like that. So I think he's another great veteran to have around that guys can learn from.
Hey, Khris. Wondering, everybody that comes in this league has a moment where they realize, oh, everything I thought I knew, I don't know. I was just wondering, how did that come up for you when you were young? Realize, oh, I need to do more of everything to be good in this league?
Yeah, just, my rookie year in Detroit. And a lot of people forget about that year, but it's a year that I really didn't play. I just got to sit back and observe, and you watch. You watch why a lot of guys are successful, why a lot of guys aren't. And thankfully, I wasn't really thrown into the fire where I wasn't ready. I got to just sit back, learn, and then when I got my chance, I was ready because the great veterans that I had that showed me the way.
Were you vets that year?
I had Tayshaun Prince, Corey Maggette, Greg Monroe was also there. So, I had some great guys that, showed me the right way to do things.
Hi, Khris. You weren't here for all of last season, but the end result was the team ranked 30th in offense. So with a young roster and you being here all season, how can you guys improve on that number?
It's just about being better, experience, knowing how to fit your game into, a team offense without necessarily going crazy and just playing fast. And that just comes with experience. But I think a lot of guys are starting to understand that. Hopefully, BK can hold us accountable too of playing the right way. And we can't really put too much pressure on young guys making shots. I feel like that's hard to do. I've been in that situation before, but the more we encourage them just to play the right way, things will organically happen.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Speaking of what you want to do schematically, on the defensive end, let's take a look at that. And BK was talking about how tomorrow is going to be a huge emphasis on the defensive side after being 15th, 16th in defensive effectiveness last season. What are the key components defensively for the team that you want to see build and grow starting tomorrow?
I think we'll get a collective, idea of what that is. But I think it starts with having pride and competing. I think those are two personal things that you could do yourself without anybody asking you to do. It's just having pride and keeping your man in front or helping your man backside and just competing. I think those two things take care of a lot of the initial things once you start thinking about schemes and all the other different things that goes in.
And with regards to what you said about the rookies and maybe the second-year players from last year being a little shy in terms of speaking up and utilizing their voices, how, as a vet, can you help unlock that for them?
Give them the floor. Give them the opportunity to say what they want, even if it's to me or not, whether I agree with it or not. I think that's what it's all about, being able to, take criticism or, compliments and give them out. But definitely give them their space and, let them figure it out too. I got to figure it out on my own. I thought it was great, but they have to do the same.
Khris, right here. How are you?
Good, you?
I want to know, you were in Milwaukee for that decade. You got traded here last year. And really a lot of what you've answered today is about bringing the young guys along and stuff like that. But for you, I guess at this stage of your career, what do you want out of it? Like what are your goals at this point, just for you personally?
My goal is to play basketball as long as I can in the NBA. It's always been a dream. I don't think it necessarily matters where it is. I just want to be around a great organization and great people.